guys, welcome back to another video. Happy Friday to you guys. You made it through the week. You can kick back and relax for the weekend. And guys, you know, I normally do my Friday night fish or some kind of seafood, but I had another request from one of my subscribers and she was dying for me to cook smothered chicken breast. So let's jump into this video and I'll show you how it's done. Alrighty, guys. So she is a picky eater, a picky eater, and she does not like chicken thighs and drumsticks, stuff like that. She really just like the breast. So I decided to go ahead and do her smothered chicken breast video. I got me some thin slice chicken breast right here that I've already seasoned, and I'm going to be using some onions, green and red bell pepper, chicken bouillon, seasoning salt, black pepper, onion powder, and my kitchen bouquet. Alrighty guys, so like I mentioned, I already had my chicken breast seasoned up. You can use whatever seasonings that you would like. And I'm just going to get all of this down in my Ziploc bag, which has a little all-purpose flour inside of it. I'm just going to give that a nice good shake. And I have my cast iron. Look at that cast iron, guys. I restored that cast iron. I had that thing soaking in water and it got some rust in it, but I brought it back to life. So we're just going to get some of our chicken breast down in here. This is just regular vegetable oil that I'm frying in. We are going to get these things fried off and browned off on both sides. All right, so I'm not going to crowd this pan. I'm going to put one more piece inside of here and then I'm going to let these brown on both sides and I'll be back to give it a flip. All right, so after a few minutes on one side, I'm going to just come in, give these a nice little flip, just to turn them over, let them brown on the other side. And these are thin cut, so these aren't going to take long to cook at all. All right, guys, so it is time to get these one out. Not going to take long on those at all. We'll just go ahead and get those set aside and get working on cooking the rest of it. I think I had about 7 or 8 pieces of this. I'll set those one aside, then I'm going to come in, put the rest of it inside of here. All right, so I'll get that last piece in. And after a while, the rest of these are browned off. And we are ready to make our gravy. I'm just going to get these pieces out and I am going to discard some of that oil. I think that's a little bit too much oil for me to make my gravy in. All right, so what I did is I just poured some of that oil off inside of a little bowl, and then I came back, adding my onions and bell peppers inside of here. We're just gonna let those just cook down for a little while. Let them get not super tender because they're still gonna cook in our gravy, but we do want to get them cooked off a little bit. All right, so I'll just kind of break these onions up and let these cook for a little while, and then I'll be back. Alrighty, I am back, and we are gonna add a little bit more oil to this, guys. I felt like I had a little bit more oil to it before I come in and add my flour. My vegetables cooked down pretty good. So now I'm coming in with that dirty flour. I'm coming in, I'm gonna add a little flour to this, guys, just to kind of, just gonna thicken my gravy. I'm not going to try to brown this like I did before because I got my kitchen bouquet back, so I'm not going to sit here browning flour. That's just something I'm not going to do. I don't care how much people give kitchen bouquet a bad rap. I am not going to stir roux until it gets brown. I'm just not going to do it. All right, so I'm going to come in now and going to add me some water inside of here. You can use chicken broth if you would like. Okay, so this is 2 cups of water. I'm just going to slowly mix that in so I don't get any lumps inside of here. Once I have that mixed in a little bit, then I'll just go ahead and pour the rest of it inside of here. And I'm going to need a little bit more liquid than that, so I'm going to come back and I'm going to add me another another 1.5 cups to it. So that's going to be 3.5 cups of liquid that I'm adding inside of here. All right, so once we have that like that, we're going to come in with a little black pepper and a little onion powder, kind of season this liquid up a little bit. All right, so that's a little black pepper. Then we're going to put some onion powder in here. Then I'm going to come and add a little bit of this chicken bouillon powder. Now, I did season my chicken pretty good, so you don't have to add too much of this chicken bouillon if you did season your chicken pretty good. So we just get all of that mixed in together. All right, now I'm going to add a little color to this thing. And my dream, guys, is to get me one of those big ones. I saw a guy cooking one time, and he had an absolutely huge bottle of kitchen bouquet on his table or workstation or whatever. I know he was a chef and he was cooking. And he had a really, not Chef Jeffrey now, so no, not Chef Jeffrey. Chef Jeffrey don't use kitchen bouquet, but this guy had an absolutely huge kitchen bouquet, and I was like, man, I gotta get me one of those. But I think they probably only sell it in like the restaurant stores or whatever. But we want to just add a little bit more black pepper. That's after I tasted it, and I felt it just needed a little bit more black pepper. And have a nice color on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my chicken back inside of here. Let's get this submerged inside of our gravy. We're gonna bring this thing up to temp. I got it on a high fire, guys. I'm gonna bring it up to temp until it starts just kind of boiling just a little bit, and then I'll reduce my heat and just let it simmer. And these breasts aren't gonna take long, especially because they're thin slice. So maybe about 30 minutes, 40 minutes at the most. All right, so I got all of my chicken down in here, and you can see that it's slowly coming to a boil now, and that's what I want. So once I get all of these kind of submerged in my gravy, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover that, and I'm going to let it cook until it is completely done, guys. I'm not going to come back and check it or anything. I'm just going to cover it and let it simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes, and then this is going to be done. All right, guys, so I am back, and my chicken is just about done now. It could go another 5 minutes or so. I'm gonna come in here and just check my gravy and everything. This looks absolutely wonderful. My vegetables could be a little bit more tender, so I did decide to let it go another 5 minutes or so. And my gravy was just a little bit too thick for my liking, so what I did is I came in and I added just another half cup of water to it. Not gonna hurt the seasoning or anything. And I just covered it back and let it go another 5 minutes, and it came out absolutely perfect. Nice gravy, nice flavor. I didn't do a taste test because at that time I was so busy doing something else, and I didn't end up eating, guys, until late. So I'm not going to be doing a taste test in this video, but everything came out really, really good. And I hope that she finds this easy to put together so I can stop hearing about it. All right, guys. But if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. And subscribe to my channel if you are new. And also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Twitch TV, Cooking and Chilling with Kenny on all of those platforms. And I will see you guys Sunday in my next video. Always remember the hashtag, guys. Pray for love and peace. Ah, man, Gunsmoke got my attention so bad right now. All right, guys.